Welcome to today's MLB All-Star Game post-game show. My name is Shaq today's MLB All-Star Game post-game show. My name is Jack O'Haron. I'm here with Quinn Ramon and Justino. And in today's All-Star post-game, we're going to be recapping a couple of things, such as managerial choices, All-Star Game MVP selection, and do you really think that the All-Star Game is really favored by the American League? So let's start with the All-Star Game MVP, Shane Bieber. Justino, do you think Shane Bieber is deserving this award, or do you think it could have gone to a guy like Joey Gallo, or maybe even Aroldis Chapman?
I think it could have gone to anyone that really had like a run or a good pitching, because there were so many good performances last night, good pitching, a lot of strikeouts, a couple bombs, even Pete Alonso had the 2-run single to get the team back in the game. But I think Joey Gallo was very deserving, but I mean Shane Bieber had a really good game, and I think he won the MVP, and at the end of the day, we can't really change anything. So, I mean, good job, Shane Bieber, but there's a lot of good players on the American League team.
What do you think, Lyndon?
I think Shane Bieber was one of the more talented pitchers in the ball game yesterday, and he threw really well. But I think a guy like Joey Gallo stood out more because it was such a low scoring game, and pitchers. There was multiple pitchers who pitched really good innings. It was not just Bieber, and Gallo's home run ended up being the game-winning run. So I think I would have given the award to Joey Gallo, but Shane Bieber pitched excellent as well with the 1-2-3, struck out the side, 5th inning. So could have gone either way.
Okay. Well, congratulations to Shane Bieber on that award. So now we're going to talk about, do you think Dave Roberts and Alex Cora managed the game well? Do you think because the idea is in the All-Star Game to get everyone in, to get everyone at bat, an appearance, in the pitching, fielding appearance, what have you. Notable guys in the NL roster, Kirby Yates, and someone on the American League roster, Garrett Cole. We have breaking news coming in. Zion Williamson's knee injury has gotten a lot worse. He's going to miss a lot more games coming in the season, so we'll get back to the All-Star Game, but this is some really huge news. Justino, how do you think this will affect the landscape of the league, especially with the Pelicans possibly making the playoffs with him?
Well, I think it shakes up the league a lot, because when you look at the Pelicans roster, Zion's going to be one of their best players. And I mean, Jackson Hayes and all the other rookies are good, but with Zion, that just puts him over the top. I think now with him being injured and missing games this year, that's going to really hurt them a lot. I think it's a huge injury. It shakes up the league. I mean, it's huge.
And now we see a guy like Zion Williamson, who was #1 player coming out of college. He had a bit of an injury in the middle of the season. His shoe exploded. He was out for a couple games. But for a guy who's 6'8", 6'9", 285, it's really hard to maintain, extreme health all the time. So a guy like Zion Williamson, you really hope this doesn't, affect his long-term career. So what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the NBA is going to hurt from this, because there's so much hype and anticipation about Zion, and I think people were excited about seeing him the first couple weeks of the season, and we do not know the extent of the injury and how long he'll miss. But I think it hurts the Pelicans. Zion is a rookie, so you were going to expect him to struggle a little bit early, because all rookies go through a learning phase. And I think with the acquisitions of Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram and Josh Hart and other young players, they'll be fine early on in the year. But it's definitely a big loss, and it's Zion where you hope that he can stay healthy in his career, because big guys like him tend to have some injury problems. And
more breaking news. Zion's knee injury is actually torn ACL and MCL, and he's gonna miss the entire rookie season and possibly the summer league, which is terrible news for Zion. It's terrible to see a guy with so much promise to just go out like that, and this really changes the landscape of the NBA. I myself had the Pelicans as an 8th seed sneaking in there, but with Zion, they're nowhere near that. And you really hope for Zion. You really have to hope that Zion can really recover from this. A guy like Michael Porter Jr., who was a top recruit coming out of high school, he suffered a back injury in his first game in Missouri and missed the entire rookie season and fell from a possible top 3 pick to the 14th pick. So what are your thoughts on this, Justino?
I think Zion being out for the whole year really puts the Pelicans from being a team that could be in the playoffs, could do damage in the playoffs, to a team that's going to be like a 10, 11 seed that might sneak in the playoffs, but they're a team that's like 500. They can win games and lose games. I mean, they have good young talent without Zion, but they don't. With Zion, that just puts them at a playoff position. So.
Well, next year we have. Well, I mean, you would think the Pelicans will be a lottery team now with the loss of Zion. Next year it's a really point guard heavy draft. You got R.J. Hampton, Theo Maledon, Nico Mannion, Cole Anthony, and really the only big man that you're really looking at is James Wiseman, and really only forward/wing is Jalen McDaniels. So I would really the Pelicans have. Already have Lonzo, so I mean you could try to pick a guy like R.J. Hampton who's 6'5", he can run the two, but you know his shooting ability and his ability to defend the two really may put the Pelicans at a disadvantage. So what do you think?
Oh yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a developmental year now for the New Orleans Pelicans. We mentioned the young talent that they have. I think it's going to be more of a year for Alvin Gentry to kind of make sure that these pieces fit together, try to build them up as a team, and hopefully when Zion returns at full strength the next coming year, I think, and as Zion progresses, then his next year will be his rookie year, then they will start to do damage in the Western Conference. But this year I think it's just a developmental year.
We're up against the break. We'll keep you updated on the latest news. Really feel sorry for Zion. For my co-hosts, Justino and Quentin, I'm Jack Eiselherren signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in. On next, Baseball Tonight.